Hi everyone, my name is Madeline and I'm a family nurse practitioner here today to talk to you about insomnia. In our first video today, we are going to talk about a number of things. We're going to talk about things that you can consume that can affect your sleep. We're going to talk about medications that can impact sleep. We're going to talk about environmental factors that can impact your sleep. And then finally, we're going to talk about exercise. All of these things have to do with sleep hygiene. What is sleep hygiene? It's the way you care for and manage your sleep. And so these things can help you to sleep better for longer. This is particularly important for people with insomnia. Insomnia is trouble falling asleep or trouble staying asleep or both. So you may be watching this because you struggle with insomnia. And hopefully in these videos, some of these tips will help you. The first thing we're going to talk about are things you can consume that can impact your sleep. The first one, and one you may know about, is caffeine. Caffeine is in things like coffee, caffeine is in soda, caffeine is in tea, and caffeine can also be in things like chocolate and other goods that contain chocolate, can have small amounts of caffeine in it. The biggest offender for most people are beverages with caffeine. Energy drinks, coffee, soda, all of these things have a large amount of caffeine in them. While one cup of coffee in the morning likely isn't going to significantly impact your sleep later on in the night, if you drink coffee throughout the day, that can have a significant impact. So I recommend having no coffee or any caffeinated beverages after 2 p.m. That is around 8 hours before you want to go to sleep. Try to limit your caffeine intake as little as possible by switching to decaffeinated or caffeine-free options, and definitely stay away from energy drinks. The second consumable item that can impact your sleep significantly is alcohol. While some people may find alcohol helps them to fall asleep initially, it can really impact your sleep during the night and make you sleep less efficiently, less deeply, leaving you feeling unrested in the morning. It can also impact your mood, which can then impact your sleep. So I recommend no alcohol before bed. Nightcaps are a problem, so if you're drinking to sleep, please talk to your provider about that. If you think you have a problem with your alcohol consumption, I also recommend talking to your primary care provider. The recommendation for most adults is 1 alcoholic beverage per day, and that means no more than 1 per day. You don't get to add them up and have 7 all in one day. The third thing is nicotine. Nicotine has a stimulating effect and can really impact your sleep at night. Smoking is very hard to quit, as can be vaping or other things where you're consuming nicotine regularly, like hookah, etc. If you are someone who relies on nicotine throughout the day, I recommend talking to your provider, your primary care provider, about how you can cut down on your nicotine use, as this may be significantly impacting your sleep. Those are 3 consumable goods that can impact your sleep. The next I want to talk about is medications. Medications can also significantly impact your sleep. Some of these may have been prescribed to you by a provider. If I mention something you're taking and you have trouble with sleep, I recommend talking to your primary care provider about how this could be impacting your sleep. These things include analgesics with caffeine, such as Excedrin, or migraine medication that includes caffeine, stimulants, such as those that one might take for ADHD, prescription diet pills, steroids, beta blockers, commonly used for blood pressure management, nasal decongestants that contain stimulants such as pseudoephedrine, asthma medication with stimulating effects, and drugs for Parkinson's disease. Those are some of the common ones that can impact sleep. If you are taking any of these and think it might be affecting your sleep, please make an appointment to talk to your primary care provider. The third topic for today is environmental factors. Your bedroom should be cool, dark, and quiet. That means you don't have a TV blaring in the background or someone having a loud conversation. You don't have your heat on, and it's not bright from either electronic lights, outside lights, etc. I recommend getting dark curtains that block out the light, so that when you're sleeping it's very dark, and turning down your AC or using a fan to help the room be very cool so that you are more prone to sleep. Our bodies like to sleep when it's a little bit cooler. One way to bring your body temperature down before sleep is to take a nice warm shower or hot bath, which will initially rise your temperature, but then it will come down, making you feel sleepy. The fourth topic for today's video is exercise. Exercise has many benefits, not just for sleep, but it can really help with your sleep later on in the day if you do exercise. Evidence shows that a sedentary lifestyle reduces sleep efficiency, meaning that you sleep less well when you are not active during the day. If possible, I recommend exercising daily for around 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise. Ideally, this will happen around 3 to 6 hours before you go to bed. Exercising too close to bedtime can actually wake you up and make it harder to fall asleep. Moderate intensity exercise doesn't mean that you have to be running marathons. It can mean something as simple as actively playing with your children, active gardening, doing household chores, home repair, walking with a stroller, etc. So finding some time to exercise can really help with your sleep quality later on. In our next video, we're going to talk about some more tips for sleep hygiene to help you get a better night's sleep. See you then.